My name is Jake, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to sleep better at night as a dividend investor. I am so excited to share that today's video is presented by Snowball Analytics. Snowball Analytics is a tool that I use to track my dividend income and analyze my portfolio. Whether you're a new or existing Snowball Analytics user, use promo code DGI to get the very best pricing. I shared this in my last video, my review my pie video, but I transferred over one of my brokerages here in M1 into my cash flow portfolio. So for those of you that don't know, I used to have two brokerages here in M1, two different accounts, and I consolidated them into the cash flow portfolio. So the other account that I had my REITs, my real estate investment trust, in a separate account, and I'd been funding it like I did with my cash flow portfolio since about the middle of 2019, and just, averaged into the portfolio. And when we sold our rental properties, I lump summed a little bit more into this account. And the reason why I had this brokerage to begin with was for the non-qualified dividend. The idea was, in my cash flow portfolio, I was just going to have qualified dividends, and in this account, I was just going to have REITs. And so it's just kind of a way for me to mentally distinguish between the qualified and the non-qualified. That was at least the idea 5 years ago. And then since then, I've added covered call ETFs to my cash flow portfolio, so it's no longer all qualified. And so I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just going to combine them into one single account. And so I just wanted to share that really quick, because if you've been following my channel and you're seeing, oh, there's this big spike, well, that's where it comes from. One of the reasons I became a dividend investor in the first place was to sleep better at night. And now that I'm actually living off of my dividend portfolio, being able to sleep well at night is even more valuable to me now than before when I was working a full-time job. I know a lot of you that are watching this video are working really hard at your day job and trying to build your dividend portfolio so that you also can one day live off of your portfolio. I know personally, the highlights and the lowlights that come with trying to retire off of dividends, and I know it because I'm living it now. My hope with this video is that I can give you some practical tips on how you can sleep better at night as a dividend investor. These are all things that I have personally done and things that I have personally noticed that have helped me to sleep better at night. So with that, let me carry you through this and help you understand how to sleep better at night as a dividend investor. And me carrying you through this, it could look a little like this. Oh man, I love it. I love it. The last one. Oh, it got me. It got me. All right, cool. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to share 5 different things, different tips that help me sleep better at night as a dividend investor. And the first one is to take emotions out of investing. This is one of the things that I really struggled with, and what actually really led me to becoming a dividend investor, or focusing on an income approach versus buy low and sell high. Now, investing is always going to come with emotions. There's really no getting around it. And something that I've noticed that has helped me to keep emotions out of investing is to focus on dollar cost averaging and just understanding that, the market could have a correction, and the market could go down 10%, 5%, 20%, or, oh, we got the election around the corner. Oh, I don't know what's going on. What's oil doing? What's gold doing? There's so many different things. There's so much noise. And if you can take the emotions out of investing, I promise you, you will sleep better at night as a dividend investor. I mean, after all, you're becoming a dividend investor, or you became a dividend investor, likely because you're in the same situation as I was back then when I first figured this whole thing out, that I wanted to be a dividend investor because I didn't want the emotions that came with investing in the stock market. So by dollar cost averaging into your portfolio and not trying to time the market, that is one way that you can take the emotions out of investing. And I love that saying that you want to focus on time in the market and not timing the market. Anything that you can do to get the emotions out of it will help you in the long run. Another thing that can really help you to take the emotions out of investing is to focus more on a portfolio of ETFs. ETFs are a way that can help protect you from the unknowns and the uncertainties of the market. When you're investing into an ETF, you're investing into a basket of companies, and these are real businesses. So investing into ETFs is a great way to take emotions out of investing and also understanding what you're actually invested in, that you're actually an owner, a shareholder of a business. When you own an ETF, you're a fractional owner of all of the businesses that are in that index. Whether you own an ETF or an individual stock, it's important to understand what you're actually investing in and that you're an actual business owner or a shareholder of that business. And a lot of people don't understand this, and people fear what they don't understand. And so if you can educate yourself and help yourself understand what you're actually investing in and what you're actually doing, it will take a lot of the uncertainty and fear out of investing, which will ultimately take out the emotions that come with investing. The second way that you can sleep better at night as a dividend investor is to create your own investing discipline. Now, this can be something that you create from scratch, or it could be something that you get from inspiration from someone else. I personally have got inspiration from many different people, from the greats like Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, to other YouTubers here. Right? To people that I've seen and communicated and had connections with in the past. It's okay that you don't have to come up with your own brilliant plan. You can take inspiration from other people. But the important thing here is you want to take that inspiration and you want to make it your own. So you want to create your own investing discipline. And so what I mean by discipline is your own approach to how you look at your portfolio, your own individual strategy or process of how you invest in your dividend stocks. And for me, what I talk a lot about on my channel, my preferred approach is the core and satellite. I invest into a core portfolio of low-fee index funds like SEHD and DJRO. Those are my core positions. I also invest into satellite positions, whether they be cover call ETFs to boost my income, or into individual stocks. And I invest across the board in companies like Costco, Coca-Cola, and all of these satellite positions are there to help serve a purpose so that I can live off of the income, not only today, but in the future from my dividend portfolio. So the second thing here is create your own investing discipline. It will help you to sleep better at night because you'll have, the way that I look at this is a little cheesy, is I look at my strategy, the core and satellite, as my North Star. It's my North Star. It helps guide me when things are dark and blurry and I'm not quite sure what I need to do. It guides me in the direction that I want to go. It is my approach. It is my investing discipline. So that's the second thing here. Create your own investing discipline. The third way to sleep better at night as a dividend investor is focus on what you can control. There's so many different variables out there. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. Understand that you're not going to have all the answers, and that's completely fine. Understand that you're not going to know what your expenses are going to be in 10 years. If you're in your early 20s, you don't have kids, you're not married, you're not going to have all of the answers, and that's normal. That's okay. Don't stress it. Do the best that you can and focus on what you can control. That is so important. If you want to sleep better at night, acknowledge the fact that you're human and you don't have all the answers. Something that has helped me with this is hope for the best, but plan for the worst. I hope that everything works out, but I'm going to prepare for, let's say I break my leg or I get into an accident. I have an unforeseen medical bill. Make sure that you hope for the best, but you plan for the worst. And one way that you can plan for the worst is have a healthy emergency fund so that you don't have to sell your dividend stocks if your expenses go up unexpectedly and your income cannot cover it in a bear market. The biggest threat to your dividend portfolio is in a bear market if you have to end up selling your precious shares. So important. Make sure that you don't put yourself in the position that you have to potentially sell your shares in a bear market. It's so important, and it will help you sleep better at night if you hope for the best but plan for the worst. And then it comes down to those fundamental things that I always talk about is staying out of consumer debt. Don't buy that fancy new car on credit. Don't take out debt to fund your travel expenses. Don't spend more money than you make. Don't let lifestyle creep take over your life. And if you're in the position to do so, look for new ways to make more money. And on top of all of that, if you're able to put together a budget that you can track and follow, I think this is a great way that you can focus on what you can control. The fourth way to sleep better at night as a dividend investor is what I like to call a quote from Warren Buffett: don't watch the farm grow. Don't watch your investments every single day like a hawk. You've chosen the slow path to wealth. If you're investing in, a dividend strategy, you chose the slow path. You're not investing into crypto or Bitcoin, or at least that's not your core focus. You might have a satellite position in those, but your core focus is a dividend or a dividend growth approach, which is not a get rich quick type of strategy. So don't watch the farm grow. Automate as much of the process as you can. Don't spend your money before you get it. Try to automate your investing, automate your contributions to your retirement accounts if you have them. Automate as much as you can and try to take the manual process or the manual thinking out of it. And that will really, really help you to sleep better at night. And once you have your investing discipline, let the magic of compound interest do its thing. And don't constantly change your mind. Don't constantly change the percentages in your portfolio. Treat it kind of like a target date fund where every year or every couple of years, you're reassessing your portfolio, reassessing your strategy, and treat it that way. Don't watch the farm grow. And the fifth way to sleep better at night as a dividend investor is to find peace in the journey. It's not just about the destination. If you're on this journey, or what I like to call quest, if you're on the quest for financial independence and you want to live off of your dividend portfolio, you have to find peace in the journey. You don't want to live a life of deprivation for an extended period of time. You still want to be able to go to the movies. You still want to be able to go out to dinner with your partner or your friends or on a date. You still want to be able to enjoy your life. You want to make sure that you're not just thinking about the end game, but you're enjoying the journey as well. Because this is the slow path to wealth. You're not going to get rich overnight if you've chosen to invest in a dividend growth strategy. It's going to take time. So you need to remember why you became a dividend investor in the first place. It was probably to buy your freedom with passive income so that you don't have to trade your time for money. You're going to have to remember that it is going to take sacrifice. If you're trying to live a different life, you're going to have to live a different life. You're going to have to be different. One of the books that I read about 20 years ago from Dave Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover, is the first finance book I ever read. And there's a lot of stuff that I agreed with, a lot of stuff that I disagreed with what Dave was saying. But one of the things that has resonated with me all of these years, almost 20 years, is this one saying that he would always say: live like nobody else today so that you can live like nobody else tomorrow. That stuck with me all of these years, and it's so true. It's so true. If you want to live a different life, you're going to have to be different. And if you want to be a dividend investor, you want to exchange your active income for passive income, it's going to take sacrifice and focus, but don't forget to find peace in the journey, because you only have one go at this. You only have one life. And don't forget to enjoy yourself. Don't forget to treat yourself when you've accomplished something. You've hit a milestone in your life. You graduated college. You got a promotion at work. You got married. You had kids. You got a cat. Whatever it is, to each their own. You got a cat. Oh my gosh. Don't. So these are 5 different ways that have personally helped me to sleep better at night as a dividend investor. And I want to share with you that, each phase of your life, when you first start going down this path of trying to pursue whatever version of financial independence fits for you, whatever that looks like for you, you're going to be faced with different challenges and struggles. And different things in your life are going to become more important or less important. And right now, I'm noticing I'm in my second year of reaching financial independence with dividend investing, what's called barista fire. So I'm not full fat fire. I'm still working on the side. I talk about cat memes on the internet. So that's my side gig. That's my barista life. But I think it's important to take a step back and just really look at what's important to you and focus on those things so that you can sleep better at night. And for me right now, in my phase of life, it's really finding peace in the journey. And I hope that all of you, that you're whatever phase you're in your quest or journey to financial independence or whatever version of it may be for you personally, I hope that you can find peace in the journey. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see everybody in next week's video.
Please subscribe. Please subscribe.
You know what? I think we're gonna be friends. Can everyone say hi to my friend? That's crazy. I just wanted to say thanks. I'm glad you came along, partner.